Wow, it's so pretty. Japanese.
It's cliffside, and we're going to be seeing Abbasid versus Japan.
That's kind of cool.
It's rare.
Yeah, like when do you
Medium
ever see
rare.
this matchup on cliffside?
Very rarely. You don't really see Abbasid on cliffside at all, really. Japan, neither, I want to say. Like, you don't really see Japan too often there. I mean, Japan, they do have some great things going here for them, right? Like, you got berries that do tend to spawn a little bit in the back, so you got some pretty safe food there.
I think this is a pretty hard matchup for Abbasid, though.
Is it? I mean, you do get camel riders with the castle age up, right? Like, we saw it from Kiljardi earlier, where he went for culture wing.
Yeah.
So with culture wing, it gets a little bit of a quicker age up. Then you go military wing, you immediately get to camel riders.
I remember, I mean, maybe it's just been figured out. I remember it was a few weeks ago, like Beastie, he went up against Louis. This matchup, Louis in Japanese. He tried it all in Feudal, and he just after said, I don't know what to do in this matchup. Right? It's an interesting one. I'm kind of curious, especially on a map like Cliffside, where you're closer together. You know, maybe that's better for that ram timing, because I feel like you have to go military wing. You have to go for that ram to try and dent the goal to slow things down. Because
that's an option. We could see a clown car coming in.
Yeah, because like camels are nice, but compared to the spam of the samurais, not easy, not affordable to get into. But I think it is time to get into our next game. DeMu leading the set, but not yet on match point. Can he get there just before the redraft in an unorthodox fashion? We hop into Cliffside, Team Liquid's DeMu on the Japanese, and Kiljardi to actually one of his comfort sips, the Abbasids.
Exactly. We've seen it a couple of times here today from Kiljardi. Granted, one was due to a rematch, but Abbasid so far, he does look pretty proficient with them.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I remember I was casting some Kiljardi games, and I can't remember, one of the players they point out, don't you find it kind of weird that for such an aggressive player, one of his most played civs is Abbasid? I'm like, maybe a year ago, but nowadays, Abbasids are surprisingly aggressive.
We had some really good changes with the military ring, right, that do allow that early aggression to come in. Taking a quick look at DeMu's base here as the Japanese, because we know Kiljardi, right, the aggression is going to be coming in from him. The gold is forward-ish positioned, like to the side, but still in a way that Kiljardi can easily attack it. And something else to keep in mind, it is actually so far away from the TC that you can stick on the villagers without getting shot by the TC.
Yes. The outpost is going to be the sort of thing to get through quick here, though. So Kiljardi already on the way to the military ring as anticipated. I don't think you try to go straight for the second TC here, right?
No, you don't. You can make a couple of horsemen just to, like, constrict the Japanese a little bit further in their base. And in case they want to make Yumi, you just sit back and laugh while your horsemen two-shot them.
Yumi, is that a thing?
Yumi.
What?
Very Yumi archers.
Is that a real unit?
No, they're a myth. They don't exist. You see them once, and then the next second they're gone. Because they're dead.
Oh, so they're in our imagination. I think it's, I don't know how you feel about the upcoming change to Yumi. I just don't think it's going to change anything.
It's a little bit more health, right? Like, we need Colvinus right now to, like, take a deep dive there and tell us just how this is going to be the big change because they're suddenly going to survive one more attack from a spearman.
No, he will tell you straight up it sucks. I think it's interesting, though, because there were some experimental fast castle Yumi builds that looked absolutely vile.
They did look pretty good. Like, making use of that Yumi movement speed, 1.38, they can get close to villagers. They can very easily catch up with them. And that's not something that other archers can really do.
So Kuro to begin with, we already got Tawara being prepped up. Always a good choice, right? Those berries are an insanely beneficial gathering rate for you. And looking at spawn of them, it's something that should be harder to harass here. I think all attention is going to be on this gold, and DeMu already getting that first outpost up.
Yeah, we'll have to probably rush it up, though, because it's still going to be like 20 seconds left until it goes up. Are the units straight coming over? They are. Should still get the outpost up in time.
Yeah,
At worst, you pull like one more villager. But yeah, he's sitting with the scout. That outpost is going to be up by the time he gets there.
I think he's pretty comfortable with it, right? Like, the only annoying thing is you probably can garrison the scouting side, so you have some arrow fire there, because you've got to keep in mind it is a forward outpost. It's not right next to the villages. Where's the sheep pull actually from DeMu?
Kiljardi has enough wood for a ram immediately.
But like, I'm curious about the sheep haul for DeMu. It's very important, right? When you play the Turtley Civ, you need enough food to not just get Castle Age, but actually be in Castle Age.
There it is, Ram is coming in now. Nicely positioned as well. Look at that positioning, just in the fog of war.
The scout isn't snooping in right now. Arislitz is going to come in. No fortification, though. Not enough stone for that. DeMu's not that deep into the gold gathering yet. Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to have to build a single unit here if you're DeMu.
You really don't. Wait, he canceled the Ram? Huh? What?
Oh, no.
DeMu didn't even see the Ram.
Did Kiljardi just get in his own head?
I think he might have. I think he just might have.
I think he just double baited, right? Because I get it, right? If you do it in vision, then you expect DeMu to drop a stables and react.
Oh, he cancelled for his own second TC, though.
So do you think it was like, was it intentional? It felt like maybe a miss macro?
I think he just noticed that if he commits to the Ram, then he won't be able to get that second TC up.
Yeah, and okay, no, he actually got a reaction out of DeMu.
The barracks did get dropped, yeah.
That's a surprising reaction as well. You wouldn't expect Samurai as a choice, but usually the way you deal with this is an archer range and 3 archers, right? But
yeah.
As we mentioned...
Kiljardi is also now going to be able to deny the berries, at least for the time being. Granted, DeMu, he's gotten a good amount of sheep here.
Ooh. I'm wondering if there's any sort of penetration point where Kiljardi can do some damage. The berries, and kind of... You know, it feels as if the TC escalation isn't going to be as impressive as what Castle Age is going to do for DeMu here.
Yeah. 2 archers can't really achieve too much here. TC is going to be in range. Got to be careful with that. Don't want to lose those 3 units.
And it's very smart from DeMu. He dropped the Kura storehouse in range of the TC. He blocks himself from some future farms, but he keeps all the farms in range of the TC guaranteed. So there's no poke pressure from these few units.
Yeah. Golden Age Tier 1 only just now came in.
Takazaki now on the way. So DeMu, any opportunity to surge out into those berries when the timing comes here. This should just be a standard play into Mount Samurai.
It should be, yeah. Not a lot else that would make sense here. The question is, what's Kiljardi's play now behind this? He added in archer range. And now barracks as well.
Spearman, maybe 1 camel archer for the debuff?
Could be the way to play this out early on. The question's going to be, is that going to be good enough? Because I know DeMu could also like see that and then go for Yumi archers. As clowny as it says, like we talked about a little bit, but
it's not it's broken in Castle.
It does work in Castle Age like really well. You do it in Feudal Age, you're kind of a noob. If you do it in Castle Age, then you're a pro. That's the difference.
It's actually genuinely broken. Like the Zerg factor is absurd with Yumi in that age. I think if they produce every, I think it's like 5 seconds. It's insane.
You know those graphs where it's like you're at 500 elo, you're like spam Yumi archers, it's broken. You're at 1300 elo, you're like, no, Yumi are bad. You're at 1900 elo, spam Yumi, it's broken.
I'm just ahead of the meta, man. Give them 5 years, they'll catch up to me.
Oh, wait, is Scout getting walled in? No, not getting walled in.
I love the way he just kind of jankily gets shoved out. It's like closing time at the bar. He's just been turfed out into the streets. Floating gate, almost complete. Should be a moment of truth here for DeMu. Now, considering... Yeah, and also considering that he hasn't shifted a lot of people to wood, this is looking like a standard Mount Samurai or Samurai play. And it seems like Kiljardi is going for the mass camel archer strat.
It looks like it potentially. But that is also something that just deeply locks you in that Feudal Age. Like, you cannot get out of that once you go for it. And there's the stable. Floating gate about to finish now for DeMu.
I'm a little bit worried. I mean, the Yumi just kind of seems like the dead obvious one now. Obviously, you know, DeMu doesn't have this info. Like, Kiljardi is going wild.
Behind this, Kiljardi, for a second it looked like he was going to go up to castle.
It just takes too long.
He's queuing camel archers and cancelling them again.
It just takes so long if you just try to rush castle hill, though, right?
It does. And you can't go military wing again.
He's very smart around the relics, though. I'll give a lot of credit there. He's walled off 3 of them.
That's going to at least buy him some time.
Wait, am I blind or...?
He's trying to go Castle Age again.
No, okay, there's 5 relics, yeah. So, interesting enough, he didn't wall the western relic close by where he'd done the other 2.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some opportunities on the field.
Oh, and he was going for the wall there,
no.
but DeMu is going to be first there. Villager won't find that.
Kiljardi, this has to be culture win, right?
You need a lot of sense.
Turn.
Yeah.
Samurai finally tries to get a participation ribbon. That guy got built very early, for no real reason.
He did. Now we're double camel archers in.
No, Mount Samurai, nice body block there. Does get one villager kill. This is also drawing the entire army over here, which means that the Shinto will get back unharmed.
Yeah. Oh, both units do go down though.
Mount Samurai's flopping that early. I mean, the count is... Yes! DeMu's praying into the Yumi.
Yes. There it is. Yeah, the archer range. I didn't see the archer range, but the upgrades are coming in. There's the archer range. He's creeping
and sneaking, the cheeky boy. This is smart, right? It would have felt better if in hindsight he would have liked it straight away.
I actually don't like it anymore.
It's so late now, right?
It is late. It is only that. Kiljardi has triple archery range.
Yeah, and it's also, keep in mind, he's already got military wing, right? So composite bows is a natural thing to eventually occur, and it will be cheaper because he has culture wing on the way.
Yeah. And then he can get that military wing composite bow upgrade, right?
It's kind of crazy, like, the difference that if it's the first Euroshiro it makes, right? Because, like, the Mountain Samurai count's kind of underwhelming. It's almost like DeMu was trying to bait a big reaction to that before addressing with Yumi.
Now the Yumi archers are starting to get produced.
They don't have the Euroshiro in yet. It's now on the way over. You can tell by the production rate. Like, these guys should be zerging out.
It should be, it should be. It's in now. There we go. Look at how quickly these are getting produced. 4 seconds. That's disgusting, KP.
It's like, oh, I have no military? I have all the military. Like,
that's getting 15 per minute.
It's the dualities of this build, right? Mountain Samurai do not scale that quick, even with a Euroshiro. And then there's just Yumi.
Talk about APM. This is YPM.
This is like, thank God my shift key's working, or I just have carpal tunnel. Does reveal it early. Shinto does get sniped down. Kiljardi has got the info early. There's a moment to do something about it. It was going to be now. And you see why DeMu also delayed going Yumi. He wanted that timing around the bannerman.
Kiljardi adding in another barracks. His economy right now, it looks more like...
I don't like this. Like the retreat from Kiljardi, right? Like, just get the camel out. The spearmen are always going to die, but the camel doesn't have to. By some miracle, it doesn't.
Oh no, he's grouping up again.
All right, yeah, that whole army is dead. So Kiljardi has teched up, but I hope he's just off this unit comp entirely because these ones are gone.
We're getting golems and crossbows. I mean, the golems work really well as a meat shield. The crossbows will be able to take care of the mounted samurai. The issue, though, is that you can never really get close.
The other issue is, realistically, if it is just mass golems you're dealing with, that archery range does have another unit in it.
It does, it does.
And that's the problem, folks. Onimusha will be mobile enough to chase down, kill off, and even become active raiders alongside the Yumi. So I have to keep an eye out if that transition does happen. DeMu, definitely no stranger to Onimusha, was able to dominate Baltoon in that Japanese Iber game with that particular style of play. For now, it is going to be the two-legged ranged boys coming out.
I'm surprised that Kiljardi isn't opting for his own archers, because you do, in theory, as the ambassadors, have the superior archer with the composite bow.
Yeah, it's like composite bow and then also boot camp. The difference is incredible. A bit of a blocker there. Another eco unit goes down. I mean, Kiljardi's eco lead is really not impressive for how long this game is trending.
Yeah, I mean, 6 villagers so far have been killed by DeMu, so definitely there's a reason why the villager lead isn't much bigger at this point in time. Oh, but those villagers might be getting found.
I mean, they need to find something to gather is the bigger problem here.
Yeah.
Yumi.
Oh, no blacksmith upgrades at all by Kiljardi yet as well.
What?
That's why they're going down so quickly. He doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades. Even the Yumi, with their way worse performing stats, able to take down the golems there.
And he's even respecting the golem threat. Onimusha now being prepped.
And we do have the bannerman with him as well.
I mean, well, no, because it doesn't work, right? It needs the Uma.
Yeah, but at least for the Yumi archers, right?
Yes, for the Yumi. You always keep with the Yumi for the moment. But like the cool thing is now, because DeMu kind of stopped, let's say Yumi become redundant, you just throw that bannerman away and you just go into the Uma and you go Mounted Samurai Onimusha instead, right? It's a very nice kind of fluid shift across.
At the moment, Kiljardi is just not getting any food in at this point in time. No villagers inside of the TC. DeMu's just going to walk by, or not.
There's nothing gathering here, right? So you have to be feeling confident that everything is just in one area. So once you find that one area, you idle basically everything.
And he's going to find it now.
This
is the area. Mangonel is going to be produced quickly now by those units.
Yumi are weird against that as well. Like they can just kind of stagger dive on top of you when you do
They can split very quickly as well.
But I've seen Nesta Bees lose to Mass Yumi. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah.
Not just forward though. We are getting a switch. DeMu going Ona Bagisha.
Good shot though from the Mangonel.
This Ona Bagisha detail is kind of intriguing though, right? Like, I mean, if Kiljardi keeps just building Golems, he has the answer to it.
Yeah. Mounted Samurai, just finding value every here and there, causing idle time. Just overall keeping Kiljardi on his toes.
We have 2 TC from DeMu as well.
Yeah, so there's not going to be any like major additional scaling coming in for Kiljardi.
And this is the problem, like Kiljardi might anticipate, he doesn't know for sure. We also have to keep in mind that once you start getting those daimyo levels, a farm transition is more comfortable for the Japanese than the Abbasids here.
Yeah, and now we're 3 relics in. DeMu also having 3 sacred sites. That's a lot of passive gold. 540 passive gold coming in every single minute now for DeMu.
And I like that he's starting to go back towards Samurai, because I think that is actually the golden goose for DeMu here. It can eviscerate the Golem count.
+4 damage. Sure, the Golems have a lot more health, but with +4 damage, that health goes down rather quickly.
It's even more than that, right? Because you've got the extra blacksmith tax, also like
yeah,
Golems.
So it's +5, then additional +2 with the Bannerman. Great shot from the Mangonel, though. All of a sudden, 10 Yumi archers fall with a single shot.
Will be chased away now. So nice little stabilization there for Kiljardi, but he needs to scout this additional wave. What's next is really what matters. It is the all my single ladies comp. Ona Bagisha and Ona Musha. Definitely a solid answer to crossbow Golems.
A raid coming in. At least a raid attempt. Not going to find any villagers there, while the Golems still trying and chase. There's still no blacksmith upgrades. Okay, it's still no blacksmith upgrades.
Remember I said earlier, like, Ayabids, they never get their blacksmith attacks. And, like, Abbasids usually are better for this, right? Especially considering they like to play along Feudal, but...
And he does have the culture wing. Right? It was a culture wing.
Yeah, he went culture wing for sure. Yeah. Please tell me at least got preservation of knowledge.
Nope. He doesn't even have boot camp.
My God.
Is this Ayubits at Abbasid at this point, or like this feels like Ayubit?
This is midnight gaming, mate. That's what this is right here.
It might be. It might be.
What a crazy game right now in Kiljardi. It gets harder the longer you delay this, because remember, his starting gold, his safe golds are running out, right?
Yeah.
Well, DeMu, I don't think he skipped a beat. Well, he should have melee tech free, especially when he's got Ona Bagisha being added in.
Yeah.
Little samurai poke here. I assume he's got level 3 melee tech as a Japanese.
He's also just lacking gold at the moment.
Yeah, I think he just queued it up, actually, yeah. So melee tech level 3 on the way suggests DeMu might even go a bit harder into Ona Bagisha here. That's where they really start to scale uncontrollably.
I mean, as long as you don't have blacksmith upgrades as Kiljardi, right? Like, pretty much anything you make is going to hammer it hard.
Oh, yes. And I love the springle detail by DeMu. Understanding that's the one bailout Kiljardi might have is Golems just standing still with siege to back them up.
Getting veterancy on the Spearman now. Still no blacksmith upgrades, though, and this feels terrible right now.
Yeah.
If you're Kiljardi, like the next fight, even if you have the numbers, you're gonna start taking the fight. You're gonna see all of your units just going down so quickly. And once you realize you miss the blacksmith upgrade, something that you might usually never really do, it's that time of day, right? You're getting a little bit drowsy. You might miss out on it.
There's so many layers to this cake, though, like, especially boot camp as well. When you scale Golems like this, boot camp is a lot of effective HP removed from the fight. It's actually wild, and to the blacksmith tech, go even deeper, right? Golems are one of the best units in the game for getting melee tech.
Yeah.
Because of double strike. Like, you're actually missing out on double what other civs do. So, yeah, a brutal situation, and one that I always get worried that the deeper you go in the game, the less likely you are to notice, right? Because you're used to getting it at, say, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. We're now 18, right? If you're 25 minutes in, you're probably not thinking about blacksmith techs unless you go Imperial Age.
Yeah. Military count for the moment, it's even, but yeah, the blacksmith. It's just the big difference here. Kiljardi finally has the gold for it in theory.
Ona Musha on the hunt, though.
Yeah, they're gonna find villagers.
Walls are going up. Kiljardi.
Just in time.
Just in the nick, indeed. Does get through the wall. Is pushed away from some additional resources.
One of those
here.
segments, though, is very low health.
Yeah, but reinforcements are on the way.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, very low health indeed.
He's going to move through. And that's going to be a game of catch me if you can. He has got a second wave coming from the right side, but that is just simply villagers. So the situation just keeps developing better and better for DeMu. You're also chasing him with Golems mostly, which is what Ona Musha can kill.
Yeah, crossbows, at least, are going to be able to keep them away. gold has been found out now by DeMu. Villagers have to evacuate. And Kiljardi finally queuing up the first blacksmith upgrade.
And it just feels like DeMu's everywhere at once right now. You can see he's starting to make that move, that infamous thing Japan does around this point in the game.
Just when Kiljardi want to go for the gold, for the stone in the middle there as well.
Golems in the
couple
main.
of golems.
And maybe not hit the buildings right now. That's ambitious. Could maybe find some eco kills there. He does now know about the second TC that DeMu has, so understands that this could scale into the night even deeper. DeMu's just on point there. The thing you have to remember about DeMu is this is a very comfortable type of comp from to play. This is the infamous horse archer roost guy. He still does it in 2024. And Onimusha, in a weird way, are essentially horse archers. They
are, very much so. Another gold mine has been found here, so Kiljardi at least is going to have some more gold access now. And now suddenly all the upgrades come in. Yeah. Wait, did he get at least preservation of knowledge before that?
We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, let's go. Whew. So it's efficiency.
Explains the eco-tech level 1s, man.
Yeah. You're getting them all in now, right? And you didn't pay as much, so it's good.
I know if we do get pinched in the end, Stuma's going to lose those units, but we've
got
villager goes down. Ooh. This is kind of a problem, right? Like, you can react with Springles, but I'm a bit worried these high grounds are an ambush point where DeMu could just take out the crossbows with his mango play.
It's a lot of siege right now for DeMu. 18 siege units compared to just 1 for Kiljardi. And right now the wood doesn't look too good for him, so he's not going to be able to just immediately drop down 4 Springles and be fine.
No, and you know, even the other side of the gold, right? Like, you're now fighting into the center of the map for those veins. He wants to try and keep his safe boy reserve, the 4K to the north. You can see DeMu, this is kind of a signature DeMu move. He does this a lot with the gold. The macro gets quite heavy there. And even if you mean to, even if you didn't, right, you just inherently have this bulk that you can then trade across for a tech up at the best of times.
Yeah. Mangonel just got taken down. I feel like Kiljardi, at this point in time, this is going to be probably the last fight that we're going to see in this one, in this game, because he wants to send it now. A lot of crossbows in the mix, and DeMu, he sees the army, he doesn't see any more siege.
The Mango's chasing though, they're tracking on target, a wallop onto the flank there. Crossbows are still holding the time being, but the front line not for long, and it means that Kiljardi should be in a spiraling retreat here. He has no answer to the siege.
Indeed, and now while the army is retreating and also can't be making Springles at home, is going to need a siege workshop for that. The question is, that's going to cost even more wood.
But he's got all the stone instead to Kiljardi. I think this is going to be a Hail Mary to get a strong boy defense up. DeMu starting to push forward. The Onimusha numbers taking over. The Golem count isn't looking pretty anymore. And Kiljardi is running out of retreat space.
And just in a moment of time where DeMu is starting to push in with 3 Mangonels, Kiljardi wants to make a switch to archers. He's getting the archer type endurance tech in now.
I mean, I know you got wood, and that's mostly it, but this doesn't
you want
feel
the wood You want the wood not for archers, you want it for siege. And the keep is not in his base. It secures the gold, but the base is the issue for him now. He's not going to be able to hold it against the siege.
Well, DeMu is not diving towards the farms just yet, being calculated about this, and behind it, look at what DeMu is really thinking. Food and gold is stockpiling. We might have an imp switch in our hands.
It could be coming in very soon. The food economy just looking so good for them right now. 2,000 food per minute. Just gotta hold for half a minute and you can go up.
I don't think we have Shogunate yet, right? Like, I think he's got one more level.
It's level 2 out of 3.
Yeah, so the food can get even better, and that's when you get worried. That's when the Onimusha and Samurai Flood really can get out of hand here. Starting to, though.
Yeah, just Onimusha on the sides. And in these numbers, like, even if you garrison your villagers inside DC, it still takes a while for them to go down. 2 Rams now also coming in, just gonna start ticking down on those production buildings. Where's the army from Kiljardi?
He's on the side.
He's trying to go for a base trade.
He's going to sneak in on the back there. DeMu.
DeMu's so smart, keeps his army in the middle, is going to be able to react to that in time.
This is why I love Onimusha. They're just so good at these type of raids. Kiljardi doesn't have a quick, easy reaction. If he sends golems, you run away. If he sends crossbows, you run away. He has no unit that can actually catch these ladies.
There we go, DeMu reacts to the all-in on the flank now from Kiljardi, and if he cuts off the retreat path there as well, the entire army from Kiljardi is going to go down. Rams were able to take down a couple of the production buildings. Only a few units trying to take them down, so more production buildings could be going down. Some villagers still getting caught there in the crossfire.
Run to the berries, wrong place to be here. So it looks like Kiljardi will be able to cull some of the eco of the Japanese, but keep in mind, DeMu, he's not far away from a tech up. You could even consider Castle the Crow just to give that single focus mind of I'm defended at home and attack abroad. Instead, it is going to be the tried and true. Gunsmith now on the way, and DeMu in prime position to wipe the crossbows.
Oh my
Kiljardi doesn't see it coming!
The Mangonel! So many crossbows die in an instant.
And now you've just got Golems that don't want to fight either. Mango still trying to cut the retreat. A new gate coming up to try and kick Kiljardi home. This is
the
more
Mangonels
like
are going around again. It's going to go around. Another shot comes in. Not quite the connection that you were hoping for, at least not on the crossbows.
It's a flood though. This many melee units just burn through the wall, keep on chasing, keep this to a relentless pressure point. We've got the level 3 Shogunate now coming in. This is going to allow the Zerg factor. Ono Begisha has been prioritized as an upgrade. DeMu showing his hand to us that he wants to turn this into a game of chase, chase, chase.
Yeah, now that the HF has come in, we could also start seeing some of those unique units to start taking down these buildings here from Kiljardi.
Bombard also queued up. Remember, the Gunsmith can produce those, and it is on the front line.
Another keep goes up in the defense, but as quickly as the keep goes up, it can go down again.
And also, realistically, what you're protecting here. Yeah, gold's great, but what about your food at home, right? There's a giant exposed flank on the right side that Kiljardi has never once done anything to truly defend.
Yeah. First bombard has come out.
I imagine Oda's tactics shouldn't be far behind here either, right? When you're getting elite techs on both the Samurai and the Ono Begisha, that's what scares me. If that tech comes through, and
has that bombard been made with the tickets? Because then you can just kind of spam Osutsu. Okay, it looks like he just uses tickets for the hand cannoneers.
No, yeah, because it wasn't insta-produced, right? So hand cannoneers instead makes sense.
Okay, I see. Yeah, there's Golems trying to kill the bombard, so he just instantly redeemed some of those tickets on hand cannoneers.
And now flood into the eco. And the best part about this, I said he could just go to the east side. Did he? No. Nice keeps. I'm just going to go the hard way around. Gets the backline eco. Kiljardi, this is a nightmare.
The entire farming economy idled now. Yeah, and the food is the thing that he needs for the H-up.
Not just that, look at his comp. Like, this isn't the way you can defend against this, right?
It is not just only Golems at this point in time. All the crossbows have gone down.
I think this is just going to be a Zerg to a death. I mean, last time Kiljardi hung in there like a kitty on a line for a long time, but I don't think he's got much time left in this. He once again queues up the archers, but that just means the Samurai are completely unanswered.
Yeah, villagers now also falling in drones, and the Osutsu are now coming in, and with that, it feels like GG is right around the corner here as Kiljardi just can't muster up a force again. DeMu, he's everywhere, and GG gets called. DeMu now with a astounding 3-1 lead.
Match point upon us, and at a pristine time for DeMu. This is a grand old feeling. I know you know where I'm going with this. A draft reset, this type of lead. Now Kiljardi, he's got to be getting his own mind a little. Is he going to get weird? Is he going to try to throw me off the scent in the deciding game potentially? Or is he going to try to be orderly? These are thoughts that go through your mind. It's the advantage you get when you're 2 games up like this.
Yeah, DeMu Xing that water bottle tells me that he's still got a lot of steam left.